Okay, you ready? Okay, I'm calling this meeting of the Richland Township. It's a budget meeting, February 17th, 2026 at 3:10 p.m. And attending this meeting is board members, myself, David Wilby, John Durnall, Jay Thrasher. We got bookkeeper, Carmen Ortega, office manager, Samantha Proctor, and caseworker, Bobby Summers. And excuse me, the first item on the agenda is to approve some minutes. And I've got the January 6th minutes. Has everybody read them?
I don't remember seeing something. I don't know which one it was.
That's January 6th.
These are the 2-6. One is the
Okay.
administrative meeting, the other is the public meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, any more questions on January 6th? Okay, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the January 6th minutes, the executive meeting and the regular meeting.
I'll second.
Okay, Jay makes a motion to approve the board meeting and the executive board meeting for January 6th. And Dawn Durnall seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carries. And then we've got to approve the minutes on a special board meeting on January 27th. Has everybody read that? Any questions on it? Okay, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the January 27th minutes.
Okay, 2026. Do I have a second?
Yep.
Yes, I second.
All in second, all in favor? Say
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carries. And, excuse me, the next, order of business is, to discuss the 2025 budget. Does anybody have any questions on it?
Well, I do have one question, but it's not going to get answered because nobody's going to hear. And it's just a curiosity question I can ask later. I just wonder why we're spending $7,000 on cutting trees down. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with cemetery. I don't know.
Sometimes it does after the storm we had.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
I
that
forgot about
fence
that.
line, this fence line thing.
Yeah, there was a tree down on the fence line
Okay.
too.
Okay, well, if we don't have any other discussion on it, I need a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the 2025 budget, annual financial report.
Excuse me. Dawn makes a motion to approve the 2025 budget and financial report. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Jay, Thrasher seconds it. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion, same sign.
I'm voting present.
The motion carried. And the next item is to discuss and hopefully approve the 2026 proposed budget.
So we just did.
We just did the AFR.
This
No,
is it, just
That's
the
25. This is 26.
Yeah, we did that.
Pardon?
We did that.
Yeah, we approved the budget last year.
Okay, well,
So
Is
it's
it,
just
it's done?
Yeah.
That part's done?
Yeah, it was done last year.
Someplace in my paperwork it said we had to approve the proposed 26 budget.
This was when I thought. I didn't want to do the budget too. I can't imagine your vote. That's it.
Well, I thought it was on too,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
somebody, and I'm gonna find,
okay.
maybe not today. Is there, okay, is there any other business?
So there is a 2026 budget approved
Oh,
somewhere?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we did that one.
okay,
It's
I'm
a
gonna,
proposed budget,
a proposed.
right?
Yeah, you did.
It was we had to have two meetings. We had to have a meeting, a public meeting to go over it.
Yeah, I
And
remember
then
that.
one to adopt it.
Okay,
And I
Okay.
think we transferred some money to maybe.
yeah,
47.
to-
Yeah.
yeah,
But it would be, it's a proposed budget.
No, it was proposed at the first meeting and adopted at the second meeting, following September.
so
but
we're
it will
already,
have to be approved at the end of, at the beginning of 2027.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah,
Like
just
one
like-
of
This is, this
Yeah.
is the final report.
and that's why I call it proposed. It's out there, it's proposed,
It's being used.
it's being
Yeah.
used,
Yeah.
so we're okay.
Yeah.
It's a little, the time of destiny here. Okay, we went to a conference for the trustees, the townships, and there were different presentations. One of them one of the things they talked a lot about was how to engage with the community, have higher visibility in the community. Another one that I went to was about developing the pantry. And this was one of the proposals that they did, is they made a birthday kit. So the people in the township, they fill it out, and if you have a child, 1 to 18, you could fill out a sheet and get a free birthday kit. It has a birthday cake, and we have ice cream, we have a card and everything. And this we're doing with the community. Van Horn is going to provide a kit, and Jiffy Treats giving us a little coupon for a pint of ice cream. So it was building, a community project that benefited the people we serve. And they have to show proof that their child is the age they say and when their birthday is. And we'll just keep this in our pantry, and as people sign up for it, we'll distribute a kit for each family. And what they did in their kit, which we have here, if you don't have cooking oil, because they're looking at if you have limited supplies, you can use Sprite instead of cooking oil to get the cake to rise. So each kit will have a cake mix, that icing, a Sprite, candles, birthday card, and they're going to do it male, female. So, and Marty felt that I needed to ask. I don't know if it's because I'm working with the community that he felt we had to ask the board's permission to do this. So
I
I'm
make
asking.
a motion to approve Bobby's suggestion for the birthday cake program.
I'll second.
Okay. Excuse me. Don makes a motion to approve Bobby's suggestion on the cake, and Jay seconds it. And actually, I like that. I'll third it. So, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion carries.
Thank you. I'm so
So-
excited.
I am wondering, and maybe a can of Sprite is probably in the long run cost less than a small thing of applesauce, but you can actually use unsweetened applesauce to
Do the same thing.
you can replace oil in cakes with applesauce, and that would be much healthier.
It would be.
Sometimes we get applesauce.
And we have tons right now, and it's unsweetened.
Yeah.
But we'll have to find the recipe.
It's 1 for 1. If it calls for a cup and a quarter of oil, you put in a cup and a quarter of applesauce.
Okay. So anyway,
I've done it.
Really?
Makes it really
Still
moist.
baffled by the Sprite. I didn't know you used
well,
Sprite.
I've never heard that before myself, so yeah. But I'm like, oh yeah, I think that the apple sauce would probably work better and it'd be healthier anyway.
yeah.
But-
Okay. I'll just look up the recipe and figure out.
Yeah.
I know 1 to 1, but I think, don't we have a recipe in here?
Well, on
Telling
the cake, on
them-
the cake button,
Yeah,
it's
but
box, it'll
Because
say,
you use a substitute, we have a
oh, okay,
recipe
there's a
in
recipe
here.
for it. Got it.
Because there's a
Got it.
substitute.
Got it.
Because, you know, I don't want the person baking the cake to drink the Sprite while
No.
they're trying to make it.
Well, that can still happen anyway, not realizing, because, you know, a lot of people don't read the whole recipe, and I'm
That's
guilty
true.
of that myself. So, Bobby, could you give us a little, update on the finance subcommittee for the reorganization, is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, we've met 3 times, I believe, and this is their proposed budget. One of the things that I was concerned about, I didn't really feel we should be buried in a subcommittee or be a part of another committee, that we should be a standalone committee, because I thought we could get lost. And they've assured me that's not happening. And at this point, I can't tell. What I've said to them is that we need to have it spelled out better, what the changes look like. They've proposed in this subcommittee report that we're taking to, on Thursday, I think, to a larger committee, right? Is there a larger committee meeting of some sort on Thursday? Wednesday. Okay. But anyway, that they look at the savings of this restructuring, and they show, because of staff and facility changes, there's a saving for the trustees, for the township administration, that'll be then offset other expenses they say will increase. They do have the township assistants on a second page at $450,000, but really no explanation about what that money is meant to be used for. And I think they spell it out a little bit better for the other groups, like the police, the fire department, the street department, and things like that. So I feel like, if anything, it's still a work in progress, because I still don't, we're not communicating real well, apparently. They're not hearing what I'm saying. They're not certainly explaining to me in a way that I understand exactly what their intention for this space and our township is, other than for expanding. And Bloomington can encroach on us, or whatever, whoever is trying to encroach on us would do.
Maybe they don't want you to.
Well, I keep asking them the same question for clarification on the staff. And all they say to me is that, well, we've added $450,000. We have $450,000 in your line.
Except right here, it says 250,000 for township assistance.
That was an old
Oh,
financial impact. Yeah, see, nope, that is not right then.
so.
See, a township assistance here, oh wait, there's another sheet, I think. Yeah, there it is. There's where they have us at 450. See that? So it's contradictory with me a little bit. It's not clarified real well. So I'm going to take our approved to 2025 budget there that breaks down the staff and cost. And they say they have all that, but I think we need to go over it. I have asked Marty to attend the meeting because I felt like I'm answering questions, but I don't have the same history he does. I'm really a peripheral person to the budget. I just spend your money. I don't apparently think about it. But he has not been able to come to it. So I really do feel someone that knows the budget, our budget in detail, and the nuances needs to be there too.
Who is, I don't remember who's on the finance committee.
Elaine, she would know.
I was thinking the
So
one
we
was-
spent,
Noelle is on there. And a woman, her name is Hogg. Let me see, something Hogg.
Marty Hopper.
Marty Hogg.
Marty's on there.
And then a gentleman, an older gentleman, that I can't remember his name. Very nice guy. They're all nice.
So we spent $302,000 last year just on our salaries and benefits. And then in Bobby's line, we spent $120,000.
Yeah, so I thought the 450 sounded like it would make it,
Barely.
barely.
And that's
But
not
see,
doing anything
some
else.
of it, some of the
not
things that
included.
they've explained to me is, yes, that was your budget, your staff budget, but 2 people are coming out of there and moving to their office. So they're removed from our township assistance budget. That would be the trustee would become an administrator responsible, which I think they should still be on our budget, part of our budget.
Yeah.
And then the accountant would be absorbed.
So
Those, and then they said the board positions would be dissolved.
Well, last they said that they was going to have 2
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
2 of you
no.
will.
Two people would go to until the next election.
Yeah.
Would be on the town council position. Would be on.
Do you get paid for that position?
A lot more than we get paid here.
well, it was my understanding that, the way I took it, there'd be 2 of us, 2 from the town council, and then they would get somebody that, and I'll say, like the superintendent of the school.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's
That
the
was,
reorganization.
that was from the big committee for
That's-
reorganization that they were trying to do.
Okay, I thought that was what that's going.
So after
Oh, my
the
goodness.
election, if the people from our board were elected, then they would stay on the council, right? Will they
Two
have,
of them.
2 of them will have the option to stay on it,
Mhm.
stay, get elected, okay. So they're not completely lost, they're just going into a different budget. But since they've said that they've eliminated those positions,
Yes.
they're just moving that money. But see, if
The,
that's the
the
case,
word,
they
the
need to
wording here
explain it better.
is not good.
No,
It's not good.
because my feeling is somebody reading this that hadn't listened to the meeting.
Would be exactly what I said when I looked at it before
Right,
the meeting.
exactly. Then it's just, we're just gonna dissolve them. And, so it's not clear. I think that, and that's what I asked for, that there be clarification, because someone coming in behind to have to make the decision isn't gonna know what that means. And isn't gonna know that we are moving people around and we are, but all these positions are being eliminated because they've eliminated everybody but me.
I find it interesting, and I've thought this for a while, that we have a finance subcommittee working on things, and they don't have reports from the other subcommittees, such as public safety, planning and zoning, parks. They don't have, and streets, they don't have all of the information from them to know how much money they think they're going to spend, yet we have,
Yeah, they're sort of happening simultaneously.
Yeah.
Well,
they can
someone
come up
does
with numbers
come,
that are totally different.
Mike did come and talk about what the other committees wanted in terms of staff and stuff like that. So there was some discussion about staffing issues, but not a breakdown of what they saw their budget being. Which I think we need to break down for ours. What the restructure thing looks like, what do we see the township people looking like, and the township space looking like, and that restructure. That's not really, I don't think, discussed very well.
So, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, okay, the trustee gets absorbed in the town. He's still supposed to be looking over this.
Mhm.
He's still gonna have a caseworker.
Yeah, that's the only position they haven't eliminated.
See, and I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
we got,
still need
to
our
me,
memory.
it's an office
You
manager.
can't do it all.
Who's gonna do the accounting?
Yeah,
That falls.
that's gonna be
that goes
absorbed,
to
they're supposed
the
to be
clerk
taking
treasurer,
her.
probably.
So this is what it says.
Hello?
Oh, wait, shall I wait till you talk?
So
Yeah.
nice having someone in here
Yeah.
to pay someone. when you pay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in a meeting right now.
and really to make the decisions, there are a lot of times I go in when I have a case coming in and I know it's gonna be problematic. I always give him a heads up so I can get a feel for
Okay.
where
Well,
I think
you
he's
can call me
gonna
at
wanna
say
go.
4 to 5
So I
or
know when I'm working with him what I'm gonna do.
okay.
So I think ongoing, okay, this is what it says, eliminating roles such as township trustee, deputy trustee, accountant, township board, office manager, and receptionist helps offset the cost of new positions after reorganization. Additional savings will result from reduced administrative expenses like office maintenance. I don't know what they're doing with their office. Vehicles, equipment, and utilities. So it's almost as though they've eliminated the building.
That was
too.
my question, is the building not?
Well, that's not what they've said, but that's what that
That's
sounds
what
like.
that said.
And this is the subcommittee's report that's going to another committee. I'm supposed to meet with them at 9:00 on Thursday, but the bigger committee meets on Wednesday. So I don't understand when this is being presented. When do they have a
They're
time?
supposed to be, all the rough drafts are supposed to be submitted by the 27th,
Okay, so this,
I think.
then this is still not a done deal. This is not what they're trying to present yet. This
Yeah,
is
they're
not even-
supposed to be by the 27th, and then, so that we have time to look it over before the meeting on the 4th.
Okay, so I still have time to keep saying, I don't understand why you're.
I'll tell you what they're thinking. Basically, okay, the town's really broke. They're on money. And they're gonna take this whole work and they're gonna eliminate as much as they can.
Yeah.
And then-
Now, this is how it's been described to me. The money that they're losing, they don't lose until 2028. That their budget then becomes at a negative, not until 2028. And the reason that it's going to a negative budget in 2028 is because of the newest decisions made at the state level that's being mandated to towns. And so at this juncture, they say they're not at a negative number or in a deficit, but they will be in 2028. Could be, unless they come up with a different tax thing. That was the other thing that bothered me, and I still have not quite understood. Maybe you can help me have the language to say it. When the taxes for the people of the township will go up to 5.3% for us to have our 40, and they act like they're doing $450,000 that the taxes for the township would go up to 5.3%. The taxes, I thought that was in here too, and I'm not seeing that. The taxes for the town will go up 0.6. It was 0.67% or 0.60%. And their explanation is because we would be getting more services because of the police department and everything. But in their budget, they've actually kept the police department. So I'm trying to figure out, is our tax base for the township higher than the town normally? Is it normally higher? I don't
Repeat what
understand.
you just said.
They said that they thought that the reason ours would go up more is that we would be getting more things like the police department and stuff like that. But what they have since said is they're going to keep the police department, and that's not going to be included in our increase. The increase went from like 4.6% to 5.3% because they raised our money from $255,000 to $450,000. So we're absorbing our budget and our taxes. And I'm trying to figure out what was the tax base prior to even reorganizing. What did the town make, and what was the township tax base? I'm having a really hard time with that. They said that we have two pools of money, and one of our pools of money is property tax. But there's another pool of money that will go away with the restructuring.
What?
I don't know. I see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a budget person. I don't know the nuances of our budget. What are our funding streams? It's not just property tax. Isn't there another funding
Local,
stream?
it's local
Lit.
income.
Yeah.
Lit.
What?
Lit.
Local
Yeah, they
tax.
talked a lot about lit.
And there's, I thought the property tax was going away, not the lit.
No, property tax is not going away. I guess, is the lit going away if we get absorbed by the town? But it seems like we wouldn't pay more, right? We would be still generating the same amount. I don't
I
understand
didn't go
why,
back. I need
why
to
ours goes
look
up.
up on the assessment, like on my house, my property, it's got a breakdown. All the way.
I've got another set of
What the
information
fire-
I
You know, what your fire is,
can, yeah.
so on and so forth. That would give you your breakdown. Between
So-
us and,
We get money
Yeah.
for the fire department that's passed through. Do we have any other state money that's generated?
There's what supplemental.
I don't know. I don't know.
But that's
Our
it.
money, we pay more than they do, but it looks like, did we always pay more than they did?
So William Ellis told me that the way it is looking is that for a home that is assessed at $300,000 in the township,
Right.
that the taxes will go up about $129
Right,
per
that's what
year.
they've been saying.
And he said that it sounds like the towns will be about the same.
Well, that's not how it looks on that.
That's
Jeez.
not what.
that's not the way it is now.
Here, let me look. Does the
So-
town pay more or less?
Oh, they pay more.
They pay more
They
now
should-
than we do?
They
Oh,
should
yeah.
be paying
Yeah.
more. Because they have
So that,
more services.
so what are they paying for that we don't pay for? Would be the police department, right?
Well, they have the police department. I mean, we pay for the sheriff. I think everybody pays. I think they pay for the
Everybody,
sheriff.
pays, so that's
Everybody pays for the
county
sheriff.
person, that's a
So,
county
so
tax.
they have their street. I mean, we pay whatever we pay for the county. So that could be a different rate that we pay the county than what the town people pay for street maintenance.
That could be, that would make sense.
And they also have a storm sewer water bill that they
Yeah.
that they pay.
I'm sorry.
Through the water
it's-
runoff.
Yeah.
That's
So-
Storm and sewer.
Then we don't
but I
pay
don't-
that?
Right. And I
People
don't
in
know.
the township?
I know that they have like brush pickup by the Department of Public Works, and so I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
what else
anyway, it
they
goes up
get.
some, but they all go up, but ours just goes up a little bit more. So, I don't know.
Doesn't really sound like that great of an idea.
Well, it's really, I'm telling you, it feels like a Pac-Man game, I'm telling you. That's how it feels. But that's what I've gotten, and I'll keep saying, we need to be better embedded in this. We can't be just lost. The township can't be just lost in this document.
And you can tell them that, we have a say in this, and if they cannot spell it out very clearly for us what is going to
Happen to
happen,
the staff.
then to the staff and
To the
making
people
sure
we
that our people we serve, that they get the services they need. If they can't make that clear, then we can't say yes to this.
Now, the other thing that the trustee does, and I don't know if it's clear in this, it would be clear in here too, is that this maintenance, snow and weed removal, is that for us, or is that,
Says township,
That's
so.
is this all township? This isn't all township.
No, but these two right here, but they didn't put
Oh,
cemeteries
township.
under township. They
Yeah,
have
because
township
that's when an
assistants.
individual says, my neighbor's not been cutting their grass.
Completely.
So
Right.
it's a very specific kind of removal thing.
Yeah.
So when I go, I need to ask them about our infrastructure expenses that they are talking about eliminating.
Yeah, who's gonna take care of it? I guess that will be in their person at the baseball field.
I think I should have the job descriptions for each of our positions too, that I should take.
That would be good. Yeah, and like Carmen said, who is the town parks department gonna take over the ball fields,
Yeah.
maintaining the ball fields?
That was my understanding that that's what they were doing. But I better ask specifically. I haven't said, does this include the baseball association stuff?
They want that bad. They tried to buy that off.
They really
They
want.
want Marty to hand it over to them.
Yeah, they wanted.
Years
it.
ago.
That's
Yeah.
a big money maker.
They would like that. Well,
How is it a
bottom line
big
is
money
also-
maker? We don't make it.
Because, no, we don't,
We don't make it.
because we don't charge anything.
They could charge them?
They can do whatever they want if they own it. EYS makes good money on it. I do. Ellisville Youth Sports, who leases it from us.
Okay, they make money.
Yeah,
But that's for their uniforms
that's for their kids.
and all their
Yeah,
stuff.
and I'm just
It's not-
saying,
It's not a profit making for them, I don't think.
well, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it's,
That it could be.
It's an opportunity.
That's
I'll
what.
tell you how I feel about all this. Let's just say that we're gonna take over Bee Blossom.
Yeah.
What would you do? You clean out the people, whatever like that, and we run the show.
Yeah, I understand. There's no things like a Pac-Man game, but that's not how I would see. That's not what I would think. I would think that it would change her position because that one of those trustees would have to become the deputy trustee, and so you wouldn't lose your trustee in either place, right? If we combined, you would have a trustee and a deputy trustee, and those two trustees would, however you chose to get voted in. And other than that, that's his board. That's it. He has a board. So that's
Well,
it.
I know.
And you would be up for election anyway, right?
I know what the Senate bill says that that the that two people from the merging board would come on to the receiving
So
board.
then it would be a
there would be
larger
a
board?
five. It'd be five
Yeah.
until the next election, and then there would be three people elected between the new entity of the township.
And that's the only thing I see different, is that would be, that one position would be, I think, problematic, because how would you court the trustee otherwise, unless you had a place in the organization, right? So, and it's very small, and that was what the state really wants to do, because we have 11, and we've talked about, so we really should, now Van Buren's also asked it, wants us to join them.
That's what Doc said.
Before the meeting, I was telling them.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense,
No,
because
it
we're too big, then we're too big. But if we did Beam Blossom, then Van Buren did this, when here, you began to reduce the number. That's what
Yeah.
the state really wanted for years
Yeah.
for us to do. And then it doesn't really change that much. No.
And how did I'm
Our
wondering-
missions are the same. It makes sense if we combine it, isn't, we understand what they're supposed to do, because that's what we're supposed to do.
It
we
gets,
do the same thing.
it gets too big, to me, it gets too big.
Yes, and to impersonal. See, and that's our concern about Van Buren. This is something Sam mentioned, is that they were talking about absorbing us. We have to have our site here. We have too many people that walk. Transportation in our community is problematic.
And they would probably eliminate one of the trustees. One
yeah.
trustee would be over both.
Well, see, that's what I think what they would do is it would be, one of them would be the trustee and one would be the assistant trustee, or the deputy trustee. That's how you would resolve that, I think.
Except the deputy trustee does not, that pay is,
Yeah.
the deputy trustee's
It's really
duties
a
are
pittance.
very, very,
Relative to the trustee.
Right.
yeah, because they really only get paid that if the trustee is out
Okay.
and not able to fulfill duties.
Okay. Well, I don't know. So yes, it's like a big Pac-Man game, no matter how we look at it, whether we're being the Pac-Man or not.
And I don't, on any of it, I don't see how they could, I was trying to think about this, how to eliminate this building. They might, I don't know,
Make it the Parks and Rec building.
they still have to have a place for people to come, but I'm just trying to think what they would do. I mean, they got space up there, but it'd be pretty expensive to build another building. But if they could find a building downtown,
Well, we've got freezers and stuff in the
That's
pantry
really
that
good
you're
pantry.
not going to just be able to
Right.
move all that stuff somewhere. 'Cause
Well,
that's-
and it's a
What, they
good
just gonna
pantry.
let this building sit empty? You know,
I
my,
don't know that.
my farmer, I don't remember if he sat here and said it or if he said it in an email or whatever, but he said that, you know, this building would just stay this
Yes.
building and
I do
it would
remember that.
function the same.
Yeah.
I
He
do
did say
remember that. He was sitting here,
Right there,
Yeah.
literally.
right here.
But I think that that it sounded from Noel as though he may have been overstated what could be done. If it was
Well,
used.
I call it what was.
Yeah. Jay, is there something are you upset about something?
no, I'm all right.
Okay. Have we haven't said anything that's
I-
off
Well,
kilter?
I mean, a lot of this stuff is going to be what the state dictates we've got to do. I mean, if the state says townships have to merge together, then
Yeah.
we've got to cross that bridge when we get there.
So, the Senate bill, speaking of that, the Senate bill in the Senate, it passed with, I don't remember how many senators there are, but there were only like maybe 9 that voted against the Senate Bill 270. The House bill that we don't like, it passed 55-44. So that one, so I'm hopeful that that if one of them has to pass, that I know that the people who are I watched the committee online about it, and they, the people in the committee for that bill were very supportive of it, except for one person. And the only reason she said no was because she didn't know enough about it. No one had approached her about it. So I don't think with the numbers being the way they are, I feel like that the House would, if they're going to vote on it, that with as many people voted against the House's bill, that maybe they would vote for the Senate bill. Our representative was not one of them that voted against it.
Who's our representative?
Bob Heaton.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, he thinks townships spend too much money. He wants to get rid of them. I talked to him. I sat down with him.
I disagree on big business. We've talked about that
Yes.
before. That the state has control like that. Well, you start out with a big chief. He's got to have helpers, and the helpers got to have more helpers. I mean, it just funnels down, and they all got to have salaries and benefits. And personally, I think in the end, it would cost them more money than just leave it alone.
But by then it'd be too late.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I'm asking in this committee. I've talked a couple of times about, because they are concerned about the kind of growth they've watched happen around them. And they don't want to see that duplicated here. And it's real, we've talked a lot about, when we're thinking about this, we can't just be thinking of more property tax, increasing our revenue, drawing big business in. If you start thinking about increasing costs, we have young families starting out. We have elderly people on fixed incomes. Those people are being squeezed in other communities, and we have to figure out how to do something that is inclusive and not wait until the mistake is there and then try to figure out how to fix it. Because some of what I think has been a problem for Bloomington is that they've grown and grown and grown. Some of it out of their control because of the university and numbers of students coming in, and then they have to fix it after the fact. So it's a reactive way of addressing issues. That it seems if we're really poised to do this thing, that we really need to figure out how to do it. But with the parameters that we face, because there are the state, I get that.
Yeah, that's the whole. I mean,
Ellisville's never going to be the same because all the growth is coming this way.
Yeah, that's what they're worried.
Bloomington's pushing the people out, mainly because it's getting too expensive for a family to be there, plus all their apartments and everything. And you can see, actually, what's going on out west is going to be the new Ellisville.
Yeah,
It-
were
it-
they
it's,
done in
it's gonna
that
be like
area?
it's gonna be like Bloomington was once. Everything was around the square. It all went out. The downtown fell apart for a while,
Yeah.
and then it all become bars and restaurants. And but this developer out
For
west,
Harmon, for Harmon Farms.
yeah, he's got what 200 houses proposed plus some townhomes, and he wants to put we'll call it a mini shopping center, but he's going to have offices and stuff, and he's going to have a fire department, and then across the road is can't think of her name, Smithville Telephone. Okay, she's got all that ground there that she wants to develop, and maybe put in some small shops and so on and so forth. You know, like your dollar stores and so on. That's going to be it's 10, 15 years away, but that's going to be the new Ellisville. Because more and more the growth's going to go out there. There's all this farm ground. It'll get developed into subdivisions.
And one of the things Marty talks about all the time is on the grove, that creek right there that he's constantly taking care of. It is because when they do those developments, it changes the runoff,
Yeah.
and so I mean it really takes a lot of thinking about the topography, you know, and what the impact is going to be further down from here. But it won't happen. That won't happen. But I keep asking him to
You're
consider it.
asking and not getting what answers.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But there is a nice group of people. I will say.
One more new thing, Carmen. I don't know which one of you two knows. Where is Reedy at in this looking at the salaries?
Study.
Yes, salary study.
I am currently working on getting copies of all of our time cards sent over to him.
Okay.
So we're still working on it. Just
It's very cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I just hadn't heard an update. Wonder.
You're welcome. I did watch the legislative briefing that ITA did on February 13th about the House Bill 1315 and the Senate bill. So what they're saying about 1315 is that it has made its way to the Senate, but it's not been scheduled for a hearing. And if it's not scheduled for a hearing by this week, it's basically yeah. Yeah. And 270 has their second one was actually today, which I missed it. But
In the Senate, or did it go to the House?
I think it went to the House. Yeah.
So did the House heard it?
The House had their first meeting on 210, and then the second meeting was today.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that 270 is moving. 1315 is kind of at a standstill. Yeah, and
Is there a bad one?
1315
is
is the one we
really
don't
bad
want.
one?
Yeah, it's the one we don't want.
Yeah.
But
It would actually eliminate. It would only leave about 300 townships.
mhm.
Yeah, 300
Mhm.
townships in the state, and it would give municipalities the
The
your job.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
well,
we would go to
Wilmington-
county. Yeah.
Wilmington or the county. I mean, it's set up to go either way. However, the state says, you know, can you imagine having to go to the Monroe County Commissioner to get your electric bill paid?
Is that the one that Noelle was excited about?
No.
Noelle was.
She likes that one?
Yeah.
No, that's what she keeps threatening us with when we talk.
1315.
Yeah, what this protects us.
Well,
This
that's
protects
what.
the
Yes,
township.
that's a big thing that Mike is in William are, townships are gonna go away, and so this is your way to, protect yourself. And
Or they might just change.
or it could just change and Senate, but I mean, I don't know. Eric said that even if 1315 passed, he said most likely, he said, you guys are just too big. There's nothing that would happen to Richland Township. But I mean, it doesn't mean that 20 years down the road they won't go away. But
For right now, I
But
just
for
see
right
them
now.
changing.
Yeah.
Not completely.
not eliminate.
No.
Yeah.
Do we want to have this filled out even though Marty's not here? This is the certification for the AFR where you guys signed that you approved it.
Oh, yeah. Or
And then
it has to be uploaded today. Do you sign that as the deputy trustee?
I do sign stuff as deputy trustee. This specifically says
Trustee.
yes. So
So how do
if
we?
anything, I would take that to him. Since it specifically, and it also says the same.
It has to be uploaded today.
Yeah.
We're like,
We
get busy
better
on that. We better move along.
Get
so you can get you going.
signatures going.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys wait, let me sign it first, and then we'll fill it out.
I know you're good.
Not at all.
So is there any other discussion we need to talk about?
I'm really depressed now.
Well, if there's no other discussion, any other business, need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay, makes a motion to adjourn. John seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries, and it is 3:57.
Would it do, how does all of us have one?